Well guys, it's finally happening. Wreck-It Ralph, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, as well as the Lego Movie, one of my favorite animated movies of all time, are both getting sequels, complete with launch dates and trailers. As always, I've got my mixed feelings and speculations in regards to what we might be getting with these films, and I'm just too excited to keep them inside, so I'm making another video. So let's grab some handfuls of candy, hop on the old double-decker couch, and do some analysis. Let's go! So first up, we have the second trailer for Ralph Breaks the Internet. The first trailer already had me excited with some great laughs, some great jabs at internet phenomena, and a clever way to bring the internet to Game Central Station by plugging in a router. Not to mention the pancake milkshake bit, which could have made the trailer worth watching on its own. Hi, baby Moana! But now we've been given a second trailer, and this is where opinions started getting a bit more split for certain people, and I'll address those concerns later. But first off, good stuff. The trailer is once again really funny, with moments like Ralph telling Vanellope in his weird old-timey manner that he wants to go to the internet. It's a nice little nod to the fact that Ralph is from a much older game than Vanellope and uses much more dated speech. There's a moment poking fun at autofill and how obnoxious it can be, and I can confirm this being an avid web surfer myself, and we even get a knock at the movie's title, referencing how it really should have been called Ralph Wrecks the Internet, since that would have made much more sense. I'm pretty sure they're not referencing the movie's title in-universe, and the scene will probably make more sense when we see the full movie, but it was still a pretty funny moment. Also, I'm really curious to find out who this blue woman is supposed to be. The way she's dressed, the hairstyle and such makes me think she might be a master of internet trends who might be a sort of guide for Ralph and Vanellope as they try to navigate the internet world, which could make for an entertaining side character, but all we can do at this point is just speculate. And now, let's talk about one of the most questionable elements of the trailer, the flood of Disney advertisements. After Vanellope asked the search engine to take her to someplace, quote, super intense and really nuts, they end up going to none other than a Disney website, with shops and locations labeled after popular Disney franchises in a format that kind of reminds me of one of those Disney stores you find in your local shopping malls. I have one near me actually, it's pretty awesome. A lot of people called this out as Disney stroking its own ego and trying to show off how massive and successful they are. And when you combine it with the other trademark properties we see throughout the trailer, most people predicted that this might turn into another emoji movie, where they favor blatant advertisements over good story and characters. However, I'm almost certain that this is not going to happen. First of all, this is exactly what happened with the trailers for the first movie. A lot of people speculated that the movie would simply try to shove in as many video game references as possible at the cost of being a good movie, considering that the trailers mostly focused on the trademark game characters that everyone would recognize, and less on what the actual plot of the movie would be like. And in the end, what we wound up getting was an unforgettable and adorable story centered around Disney's own original game concepts, while the trademark characters were relegated to side gags and cameos, kinda like a video game Roger Rabbit. And I honestly have faith that Disney will be using a similar format for this. Heck, that search engine called Knows More shows that Disney's already capable of creating their own original internet properties for the film, and that whole scene with the Disney princesses shows that Disney's willing to be very tongue-in-cheek about their various franchises. Speaking of that scene, best part of the trailer hands down. The little animation quirks were cute, like how Pocahontas' hair is constantly blowing in the wind no matter what. The jokes were spot on, like Cinderella with her glass slipper Shiv and Vanellope asking if she needs to call the police. And of course, all the 2D princesses look excellent in 3D. Even some of the 3D princesses have been given a bit of a redesign to fit in with Ralph's art style, and it all looks excellent. But getting back on topic, I have faith that Disney knows what they're doing here. I'm sure this film will strive to be a good story first and a bunch of references second. A lot of people were skeptical about the first film for the same reasons as this one, and in the end they gave us a masterpiece, so I have a good feeling that they'll at least deliver something worth watching with the sequel. My only major concern is that I hope they continue with the video game angle and references that they started with in the first movie. The uniquely crafted video game world was one of the most charming things in the original movie, and to be fair, there are tons of ways that you can combine the world of the internet and the world of gaming to create a unique experience. Maybe they can have scenes set in online MMOs or gaming chat rooms, or maybe one of those websites that emulates old games, letting Ralph meet up with other 8-bit game characters like him. Or, hey, there's been rumors that Mario's gonna make an appearance, complete with Charles Martinet as the voice. Wouldn't it be cool to have Princess Peach make some kind of appearance, forming a link between video games and princesses that can make for some interesting story ideas? Overall though, my main concern is that I want this film to have justification for being a Wreck-It Ralph movie. It's fine to have an internet-centric plot, but I hope they don't make this exclusively internet-based with next to no references to gaming at all. Because honestly, if they just wanted to make an internet movie, then why even bother having Ralph and Vanellope Penelope in the first place. My hopes is that they've got something unique planned and that they're not going to spoil it until the actual movie comes out. And as always, I'm going to stay positive on this one. I'm crossing my fingers for you, Ralph, old buddy. Don't wreck this for me. And last but not least, we have the LEGO Movie 2 trailer. And you know what that means! Time for colorful set pieces, catchy pop music, and adorable characters. What the heck happened here? Yeah, so apparently Bricksburg is turned into a total apocalyptic wasteland. Like something out of Mad Max or Sponge Out of Water. Remember that cute little Duplo scene at the end of the first movie? Apparently that caused complete and total chaos to unfold, with everyone adjusting to the cruel, hopeless conditions. Except for Emmett, of course. He's still his lovable, happy, cinnamon rolly self. A true testament to positive people everywhere. I approve. I find it kind of ironic that the whole first movie was about Emmett not standing out in any way, while in this world he sticks out like a brightly colored sore thumb. That's pretty funny. And I am curious if this whole concept of him being constantly happy will lead anywhere. Will he be teaching them a lesson that sometimes it's nice to find something to smile about even in the darkest of times? Will he be the one learning the lesson about accepting your situation instead of pretending that it doesn't exist? I have no clue, but it still gave me a good laugh. So they get attacked by the most adorable missiles ever, and then everybody but Emmett gets kidnapped and taken by this strange astronaut girl. She doesn't really have a name or a face, so I can't really say much about her, but she ends up taking them to what's known as the Sistar System. Now, this is interesting because if you remember, spoiler alert by the way, the kid from the first movie had a younger sister who owned the Duplo blocks. Wouldn't it be interesting if this was a period where both the boy and his sister got older, to the point where the boy became more interested in darker and more serious storylines, hence the Wasteland, and the sister became old enough to build with actual Legos and thus is the creator of the Sistar system? I know this is all speculation, but it's definitely something to consider. The only issue I had with the trailer was this one moment here.
So, you fought, and master built, and kicked butt, and then the hapless male was the leader.
Yeah, the hapless male who teamed up with a group of oddballs, destroyed their universe's most dangerous weapon, and changed the most evil person he knew into a good guy, like some sort of Lego Luke Skywalker or something. I know it's just a joke, but come on, that's giving Emmett way too little credit. Overall, not a ton to talk about in this one, but it was definitely funny, intriguing, and made me excited to see more. The LEGO movies as a whole have been hilarious family fun, and I think this one is gonna follow in their footsteps. Hard to tell if everything will be awesome once again, but I'm willing to give them a chance. So, what did you all think of these trailers? Are you excited? Nervous? Could you care less? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I hope to see you all real soon.